I can hide behind my microphone now.
No, you can't.
I totally can.
That's
like this.
No.
Just like, yeah, right.
I can kick it out.
On this edition of the podcast, hiding behind his microphone.
Who? Who's that?
We'll cut all this out. Havok. That Havok guy. Damn.
That guy.
Havok.
That one guy.
Do we have a topic? Is there any kind of topic?
Is there ever a topic?
Not when I do it, no.
Same.
That would require planning on my part.
Why would we plan this? I mean, then it would just go smooth and, it'd be crazy. I am kind of hiding behind my microphone though. Let's see.
Yeah.
How's that? Even better. My dongle. Hey, come back.
What?
My dongle. My dongle dangle. How's that? Much better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Now I'm not hidden. So, how has Alpaca been?
It's been great.
Alpaca's been fantastic.
As always.
Yes, as always.
Favorite moment so far?
The painting was interesting.
I did like painting.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but I got to be honest with you, I was stressed out. I had a great time doing it, but
You did a good job.
Well, thank you. We all did. Everyone did. I thought it turned out really amazing. Can't wait to see it on the wall. There I go, breathing again. I got to stop doing that.
Well, you have to breathe.
Stop breathing?
Oh,
Yeah, you
really?
have to.
It's a necessity.
Right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I was really stressed out. So it was really kind of a weird thing to be as stressed as I was, but also having fun. Is that, you know what I mean?
So maybe for those who don't know,
Oh,
explain the whole alpaca thing. So yeah, how that came to be, perhaps. And
let's have Ghost go ahead and clue the audience into what alpaca is.
I don't know that I'm the best person to.
You started it.
Well, I was just like, oh, we should get together and pet alpacas.
There you go.
And then we did.
And who's we?
We want the original list or the list of
no, just a joke.
how it started?
Yeah, in general, we're playing.
Yeah, we were playing War Dragons on our phones. Or iPods.
A mobile game.
iPads.
No, I had a phone back then. Yeah, no,
You had a phone?
I had an iPhone 6.
Way back when.
That was my last cell phone.
So the no phone thing is a relatively new thing.
When was the iPhone 6 kind of around? That was the last one I had.
I had mine 8 years ago.
So probably about that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pawned it off of my wife, and she used it for a little while. So,
well, that's good.
And then it just kind of stopped working on everything.
So anyway, mobile gaming, and a bunch of us were on one team, but friends that you meet through online chat apps, etc., where we would just banter and share memes and do stupid stuff. And Ghost comes up and one day with this great idea: we should all get together and go pet alpacas at an alpaca farm. Okay, well, that sounds like a fun day. So we started looking into it and found Ghost found some alpaca farms, and then I ended up finding one near where I live. And
so you invited a bunch of strangers to your house.
Yes, my wife looked at me and went, "You what?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. You don't know any of these people." Well, I've been chatting with them for 6 years now, so kind of know them.
Kind of.
So she freaked out. Everyone coming freaked out. Got lost.
I had to
lost, right?
and then had to spend some time de-stressing after a long drive in a parking lot somewhere, probably wondering, should I really go? I don't.
No, I was.
This is a good idea.
Yep. It was, as a matter of fact, somebody else, in the game that told me to go. They were like, "You've already driven an hour and a half. Oh my God, just go."
And that was this is the 6th year in a row we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So
I mean, on the surface of it, it sounds like a terrible idea to meet random people on the internet and then go meet them out in the woods and cohabitate with them. It just sounds absolutely and utterly ridiculous if you say it out loud.
It kind of like a horror movie plot,
Right.
honestly. Yeah. Which one of us is the real killer?
But somehow it all came together and sort of worked out.
Right.
And we have amazingly small attrition rate so far.
Yeah.
And I think we're at the core group, and registration's pretty much closed now. I think for the most part.
Yeah. We have one potential applicant now, but they haven't finished the tests yet. It was just a meet and greet. Next come the tests. We'll see if they're willing to stick through all the necessary prerequisite.
Are you talking about hazing?
The initiation
I
ritual.
didn't say, nowhere did I say hazing. Hey, that would be bad, right? I mean, that's just not nice.
Bless you.
Bless you. That was the dog.
The dog.
Yeah, specifically asking people to not make noise apparently is
I think you need a door on the studio.
I think you are right. Well, hey, one day.
Well, that's what post edits for, right? Post production.
Probably,
editing.
yeah. We'll see how that goes. Actually, this actually does a really good job canceling out errant noises. So we'll see. Might not even be in there.
That would be great. No, it'll be in there.
Maybe. It does a really good job. It really does. We'll see.
You'll have to listen to the playback at least.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look up there, you guys can't see it, but we can, and we're all looking at something that you can't see. And we're not going to show you either, because
we're looking at something.
This is our stuff. If you look up there, you see under on the right-hand side, it says noise reduction.
I see it now.
You see it, Alex?
I see, yeah.
Yeah, I turned that on for one, and it does a pretty bang-up job.
Yeah, the little slider bar. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what'd you think of the tacos?
They were awesome.
Yeah?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Awesome.
I'm not really a big taco fan, but they were good.
I am a big taco fan.
I mean, too. Most people seem to like them enough.
I love tacos. They're so good. They're like the perfect food, too. You can make fancy tacos. They even have street tacos. They're called street tacos because they're not fancy. They're just out in the streets. Yeah, walk-in tacos, apparently. That's a thing.
As opposed to sitting tacos.
Is it because you walk around and eat them, or what is the name?
I believe they're in a little bag.
Yeah, it's because it's something you can carry around with you.
I see.
Because you can't carry a taco around with you.
Obviously not. You have to catch all the drippings.
Yeah.
If it's on the street, does it matter?
Might, to me.
You're leaving it for like the insects. They can have a snack.
This is true.
They deserve the taco.
No, they don't. Most of them. Some of them, maybe. Ladybugs, they're cool. They come and eat the aphids. Nobody likes aphids.
Lady beetles, those are a different story.
Man.
I mean,
gotta love them, though. Gotta have bugs. I don't know why. Mosquitos actually serve a purpose, but
They do? Really?
Yeah, apparently they're ecologically necessary for fish.
I'd heard something about the same thing.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Well,
which kind of sucks because fish are cool, but mosquitoes are not.
Like they eat them?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's a large source of food for little fishes, which happen to be a large source of food for medium-sized fishes.
Nice.
Which happen to be a large source of food for big-sized fishes.
Is that how the food chain works?
It's something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
I think so. And then along comes a bear. And it's like, well, I like big fish too.
What gets the bear?
Sharks.
People.
Where is that bear going if it's running into a shark?
Well, it might have been a polar bear. It was swimming. It was trying to get to the next flotilla of ice so that it could find us.
We talk about sharks or orcas?
A sea lion.
Okay.
I was talking about sharks in the water, but polar bear, being a bear, they swim. They swim well. Very well. Like scary well.
You're not out swimming a polar bear, then I take it.
No, not a chance. Not even with fins on. Yeah. I got them big goofy feet.
So if you know about it in advance, you can suit up and race the polar bear
Get a boat. A boat would be a better option there.
with fins.
Yeah, polar bear's big. Very big. So a boat would be better. Something with a motor that you could like get out of the area, I think.
Are you still going to wear your fins?
Make a little, I mean, you drive with your hands on a boat, so sure. I'll wear my fins.
Why aren't there any movies about polar bears eating people in the water?
That's a good question.
You should write a script, submit it.
Yeah. I did see a video clip at one point with a bunch of like people under the water, and you see the polar bears going by and stuff. It was like a clip of just polar bears swimming. It was pretty interesting.
Nice.
They're pretty goofy.
It seems like it would be AI.
No, it was not. I think it was mainly captive, like
Okay.
those pools and stuff like that from video cameras.
SeaWorld.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell for sure, but that you kind of got the feeling that was the case. Otherwise, someone was down there in a dry suit. It's too cold.
I don't trust anything on the internet anymore.
It's kind of hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're right there. The cable bothering you?
No, it was just, like it pulled.
Oh,
So I got to keep a little tension on it.
can you get it to
No, not really.
Oh,
No,
man.
not really.
the knob? It'll hook around that knob.
I tried it. I mean, I guess I could. Maybe like that. There you go.
Go.
There you go. That's
Problem solved.
You're a problem solver.
I've been called a lot of things before. I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
Absolute problem solver.
Right? Right?
It got a lot quieter all of a sudden.
It did.
Because you wrapped your cable.
No,
Ice maker.
the ice maker shut off. And was,
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. But that thing's been running before. When we did the last one, it was running. And you couldn't tell afterwards. So I think it'd be all right.
Nice.
I need to fix the lighting in here, though. You're a little washed out
They
there.
look a little washed out, yeah.
You're just white.
Washed out. Not washed up. Washed out. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool.
Oh, so y'all did another one of these?
We did. One. Yeah. Something like that. Was mostly a test thing.
It was a quick test, and I think going forward, we'll probably, talk a little bit, figure out some topics, and throw, kind of topics in there so that we,
I think we need some topics.
keep things rolling through.
Or else we'll just end up talking about polar bears eating people every time.
People find that interesting.
They do?
Random conversation.
Really?
Yeah, I do. It's one of the reasons I tune into a lot of podcasts is it's just kind of random conversation. They have a topic, but, it goes everywhere. It's not 100% on topic.
Well, if I'm being honest,
Mm-hmm.
I hate podcasts. I mean, who wants to?
So why did you start? What?
I mean, mostly because, like, I want to be doing the talking, not doing the listening. I don't want to hear people talking about their crap. I want to talk about mine.
Well, that's why, now you have to become a podcast fan.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to listen to yourself.
Right.
So
That's the worst part about editing. Then I have to listen to a podcast. I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to listen to this guy. Even if it's me, I don't want to listen.
Yeah, that sounds like, that kind of sucks, I guess.
Yeah. Like, this guy is really boring.
And
his voice is horrible.
a lot of people seem to have an opposite opinion of that.
No.
Yeah, like a lot of people tuned into didn't you like at one point have like 30 some odd people listening at one point?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was close to 32 people.
That is a pretty large audience there.
No, I really don't know what it was.
There were quite a few.
Yeah, no, a few hundred, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We'll be able to get some view counters and look at metrics.
No.
We'll look into advertising.
Yeah, I don't.
Probably not.
Probably.
I was like, that's some big plants we got there.
We'll just put street signs up in front of our houses.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody who was like, we don't need a topic. What do we need a topic for? That involves planning. Now we're talking about advertising.
It's better than planning.
We're going to have a merch store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
T-shirts. And,
Oh, we're doing t-shirts?
yeah.
Oh, all right.
Hoodies.
Can we do t-shirts and just say moist?
Some people might not like that.
And yeah. And
That's the point, right?
Yeah, I don't understand why. I really
I don't know. I mean, I know somebody I'd give one of those shirts to.
Do too. I would get them at least a 2-week supply, so you never even needed to wash them in between.
Nice.
Two.
Oh my god.
That
It is going to be moist.
That would be a nice gift for someone.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that might happen next year.
Oh
Nice.
my god.
That would be, do them individually wrapped, and each one should
Nice.
moist. Oh, yeah. I think she'd stop opening them after the second one. She'd be like, they all say that.
think so?
don't they? I
Yeah?
do.
Oh.
I do.
Should catch on.
Should be like, they all say that, don't they?
Well, you could say no, absolutely. Just keep going.
One of these doesn't say that. I specifically ordered, there you go, order 13 that say moist and one that doesn't, and have her open them and just go, one of these doesn't say it. Just make sure she doesn't open that one till last.
What does that one say?
Damn.
My goodness. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun. It's going to happen. No, I don't know why.
God.
If I remember, I'm going to do that.
You're not going to remember.
No.
It's being recorded. I might.
Doesn't
He's
mean
already-
that you'll
He's
remember.
already
it.
forgotten it.
It's true. It's true. It is true. Very true. So you're leaving back to your own domicile this evening, yes?
Yeah.
You excited to get back?
No.
Not at all. What about C-Store?
Well, I'm happy. I'm going to be excited to see the cats.
What's the other cat's name?
Cardi.
Cardi B.
They're in Cardi.
Feaster.
Sister.
Cardi C? Like Cardi Cat?
Oh, no. No, they're named after characters in the Ghost band lore. There's Cardinal Copia,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, we're going to call him Cardi for short.
Oh.
And then there's Sister Imperator.
Mm-hmm.
And the main guy's always like, Sister. Because he says it with this accent. So
I like it. Very cool.
I did not know that. I learned something new.
Yeah, I think you may have said something about it at one point, but you know me.
I always say that they're named after like people in a rock band to just avoid having to go into the whole story.
Is there a cricket in that rock band too?
There is not. He just caught a cricket.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, that's your name right there. I'm very creative.
I see.
So Bowski's name would really just be Nothing. I'd just call you Nothing. Because he's
Because he hasn't caught anything.
not a very good cat. I mean, he's a good cat, but he's not good at catting. Yeah.
He does have a charge to him.
Yeah, he does. He naps like a cat. He does really well with the napping thing.
I think most cats have that part down.
Yeah.
Domino is very good at being a cat. I really like him a lot. Not that I dislike your other cat.
I guess. He don't like to be held.
Domino doesn't?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Domino. I'm sorry, yes. Domino is the best cat ever.
Yeah, he's real good at doing the cat thing.
Yeah, he is. He kills all the things. He loves. He's the perfect cat.
He likes people.
And he's outside.
Right.
So no litter box.
You don't have to hide a box of his feces somewhere in the house.
Oh my
This
God.
is true. Yep.
Who says it's hidden?
Haven't had to clean up one fur ball, one hairball, or whatever.
I mean, what other type of domesticated animal do we like hide a box of their, like
If they're excrement?
have their excrement somewhere in our house and birds only clean it out all the time for them. Yeah.
Pretty much dogs are the only ones we don't. If you think about it.
I mean, I have cats. I love my cats. They're just that they seem fairly useless to have inside.
Yeah, they are. 100%. This is my argument. Can you go talk to my wife?
I mean, they destroy your house.
Yeah.
They cost money and like require endless catering to. But I mean, they're wonderful.
There's something, that's for sure.
I like that they have their own separate boundaries. You know exactly where you stand with a cat.
For the most part.
Really? Do you, though?
If a cat don't like you, you know.
Well, yeah, okay. But
If a cat likes you, you know.
I feel like that's the same with the dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Some dogs are just like always happy to see people.
This is true. This is true.
I have not met a cat that is just like immediately like, yes, I will accept pets and be friendly to everybody.
Domino?
Okay, that's fair.
That's why he's the perfect cat.
He really is the perfect cat. If you want perfect cat, barn cat. They apparently turn out to be the most perfect cats. Yeah.
And you didn't have to train him at all. He was already trained, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got a kitten. And he stayed in the tack room in the barn until he was old enough to be fixed. Once he was fixed, because obviously they come broken, so you have to fix them.
Yep.
So once he was fixed, he and Afa spent another, or actually it was Dallas. Dallas left. We don't know where. But they spent another 3 weeks in the tack room. And then after that, we just opened the door to the tack room. And they decided what they wanted to be in life. Pretty easy.
I mean, like for, Domino, he seems like genuinely grateful for, like his accommodations and everything.
Yeah, he really is. He's a very loving cat. But he's also, stone cold killer. I mean, he just kills everything he can. But yeah, he loves us. He'll follow us to the barn.
He loves showing us around.
Yep, he'll follow you out to the side field and everything. He cruises the whole property. He's pretty cool. He's a good kitty.
He gets along with all the dogs?
Yeah, I mean,
Mostly?
yeah, no.
No?
I mean, he's a cat, right? So they want to chase him, and he doesn't want to be chased so much, so.
Fair enough.
But, I mean, they're there. He doesn't, he just knows to stay away from the cattle gates for the livestock guardian dogs. Excuse me.
How rude.
And the dogs at the house, he knows. I mean, he's had a harrowing experience. One time he got up on the deck in the backyard, and the dogs were outside. We just, out of nowhere, he comes popping up onto the deck, and we're like, oh, crud. And then the dogs figured out that he was up on the deck and started chasing around the deck, trying to get him. And then at one point, the dogs went around towards the back door, and he jumped off the other side of the deck and went running, and they saw him and went bolting after him, but he made it to the fence and up and over before they got to him.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing.
He got some extra white spots that day.
Right? Yeah. Little tuxedo kitty. And it's funny, too, that he's out there with, whatever else, right? Coyotes, fox, etc., raccoons. And he's not a big cat. He's actually kind of a small cat.
He's kind of petite, yeah.
Yeah. But he is just, he does his thing and he's good at it. So, he's a good kid. Good kid.
I'm just trying to tame mine down.
It'll happen over time.
It will happen.
Yeah. I mean, 2 months with, from completely feral, 5-month-old or so cats. 2 months isn't a lot of time.
No, there were multiple people who were like, when they heard that they were 5 months old, there were multiple people who were just like, you should just release them back because it's a lost cause. And I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
No, it's definitely not a lost cause.
No, 100% not a lost cause. The shelters around here actually will take them in and get them fixed and then home them out to people. A lot of the times people use them for barn cats. So it's just like perfect. But, that's where Afa came from. There's a feral cat that was at a barn. And she's a little more on the feral side than Domino is. But, man, they'll come around. It's just going to take a while. It'll probably take, a year.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Man, but they will come around. The fact that they're already coming right up to you, that's a big sign.
If I'm covered with a blanket.
Even still, right? They're from where you started, where they were hiding behind, stuff, behind the toilet, just like avoid being seen by you, to laying down on a perch in front of you in the same room. That's a lot of trust, right?
They have made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about the time, like, after my surgery, like, when I'm not able to be around them all the time. A little bit worried about coming back from that. But
You're doing your ACL?
yeah.
You have a little recovery on that. A couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like
that. They said something about like a couple of days without being able to get out of bed.
Yeah.
And then, it's either 1 week or 2 weeks with one crutch, and then 1 week or 2 with. 1 week or 2 with 2 crutches, 1 week or 2 with 1. I think I wanted one of those little scooter things. That would have been fun.
They wouldn't get you one?
Well, I would have to like kneel on the knee that doesn't have an ACL. So, no, they won't get that to me.
You couldn't opt for the peg leg thing?
I thought about it.
Get you a nice eye patch.
It would fit with the shark.
The shark?
You know how I busted it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a good story. Let's hear that one.
So, I got in a fight with someone that I work with.
Like a play fight, though, right?
Well,
no, it's a real fight.
Yeah, I guess it was a play fight. We're still friends. But I was wearing a shark suit, and he came out of nowhere, started bopping me, and the legs of the shark suit only go up to your knees, so I didn't have the flexibility. And so I went to land after I jumped up to do this ninja kick. I won the fight.
Of course.
Yeah, when I came down and landed on my knee, it made this very lovely snap that I felt and heard, and I was like, there was a lot of pain. I like literally, somebody came up to me and I was like, I just fucked up my knee, but I was smiling because of who I am as a person, and so they just laughed at me and walked away. But I was like, no, like I literally can't put any weight on my knee right now. I can't walk.
But does it bother you right now?
Right now, no.
But after like a day of standing, or
as the weather gets cooler, then it's more the standing stuff. Before it was just like I couldn't run, and I had a whole lot of running to do that afternoon, which I did anyway. So, that was great. But I can't run, I can't jump. That's pivoting, stuff that like you don't think about doing until you need to do it.
Yeah.
Like there was this massive attack spider that came at me from nowhere, and I jumped, and I regretted it pretty much immediately.
This was a what?
A spider, an attack spider.
An attack spider.
An attack.
Like
It had-
someone had trained it?
Yeah, it had artillery weapons over the side of it.
Wow.
It's like,
It's the worst kind of spider.
I know. That's why I had to jump. And then I had to hobble around because I was in pain. So,
Hey, at least you got the attack spider.
yeah. I actually don't know where it went, though.
It's regrouping.
But I won.
At least that battle.
Are you still able to like rush the gates at concerts and then stand at the barricades for like 10 hours until the main act gets on stage?
Well,
No.
luckily, the next concert that I'm going to is in July, so I should have recovered from December to that point.
Oh, okay, good.
And what concert are you going to, Ghost?
I'm going to go see Ghost. Actually, for real. I don't know who is opening,
Oh, that's another
but
story. You can tell that story about.
oh my God.
It's the worst venue in the world.
What is
True.
it? What is it? Simpsonville?
Yes.
Yeah, not so great, huh?
We were supposed to go together.
We did go.
We did.
You were right there. I was right here. And then,
As long as you were like jumping up and down, I could see you.
well, yeah, there were a lot of people. And then the sky opened up and there was literally nowhere to take cover. Nowhere. Nothing. No cover of any shape or form anywhere.
By the end of the first song, we looked like we'd all just jumped into a lake.
Bunch of wet rats.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
Not a pretty scene.
Didn't smell good either.
Did they refund you guys for that?
Yeah,
They did.
they had to.
Okay.
Well, they weren't. They at one point they were saying they weren't going to.
I mean, you did get one song.
3.
Well, I mean, what are you complaining about?
We were drenched after the first song, halfway through the first song, and they kept playing. The guitar player got zapped. And then by the end of the third song is when the water was like standing up to my ankle.
Nice.
And right around somewhere around there, and I was just like, I can't do this. This isn't just a short storm here that's going to pass and I can dry off eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. So I called an Uber. I go to get in the Uber and I look at the guy. I'm like, is this okay? I feel so bad. He goes, yeah, it's fine. Just get in. Got in. I was just soaking wet. And then Ghost called me a little while later. She's like, they're going to play. They're going to come in. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Okay.
Yeah. Because I was out they told us to go and check their social media for updates. But the venue doesn't have service. And so the only place to get signal was to go all the way back out to the car.
Oh, nice.
So my car smelled like wet dog for 2 weeks because I was sitting there trying to figure out what was going on, trying to refresh, and the sites were all freezing. And so finally, some of the workers were like, they're canceling everything. And I was like, well, this checks out. That sucks. But we were going to go meet up for dinner somewhere.
Yep.
And so on the way out is when we got signal back. And my phone started blowing up with people who were still there saying, oh, they're getting back on stage. They're going on stage. And that's when I called you.
Yep.
And you were already back in Greenville at that point.
Yeah, I was back at my hotel.
So I turned around and joined from the pictures, would you say 1,000 or 2,000?
Probably somewhere in between.
But that many people waiting for what we thought was going to be the rest of the concert.
Which never came, right?
But they drug it out for like 2 more days.
Yeah.
Because after they called the cops on us for rioting when we were singing SpongeBob, so after they called the cops on us and the cops arrived with their sirens and lights going and jumping out of their cars.
They have like riot shields and batons or anything?
Not that, because we were literally singing SpongeBob.
I mean, that's like inciting violence.
I know. Right? Oh, and we couldn't go to the bathroom. There was a line at the bathroom.
Who needs a bathroom? It's overrated.
It was those porta potties anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after they called the cops on us and the cops arrived is when the venue said, "Oh, it's postponed until Thursday." And so that's when we actually left because we knew that there wasn't anything to stay for at that point.
Yeah.
And so we went all through Wednesday being like, all right, Thursday's the day. I was making my plans again. I had gotten a hotel because I wanted to be like in the front of the line.
Right.
And I was like, I can't get another hotel. That's ridiculous. But so I was making plans to like get up stupid early and drive back out there to try and get my spot. I was like, I was at the barricade. I earned the barricade. Give me my barricade. But I worked hard for that. And then Wednesday evening, I think, is when Ghost finally was able to make their announcement of, we knew that we weren't going to be able to play the show Tuesday afternoon. And we haven't been legally allowed to say anything until now. But they had zero way because all their stuff got completely drenched. There was no way that they were going to be able to play.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. I've never seen anything quite like it.
The venue didn't want them to begin with.
No, and they actually, for a while there, the venue was, I think Ghost actually is the one that footed the bill to play again, or was going to, because the venue was saying, no, force majeure, it's an act of nature, an act of God. We're not because it's even on the tickets, this is,
right.
Open air event, no cancellation or no refunds or whatever for,
Well, the stage wasn't even set up right. Like, there was zero protection from the elements on the stage.
No canopy for the performers even?
It's like right up top, but the sides are open.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was a roof over them, but it was only covering the stage, and, it was probably 30 feet up. So any angle to the rain, and it was coming down at an angle pretty good.
I mean, the stage was flooding.
Yeah.
You sure they're not just a bunch of wimps? I mean, I saw Prince do that Super Bowl.
You could literally see water hitting the guitars as they were playing, like raindrops hitting the face of the guitars.
Guitars are waterproof, right?
No, they are not.
They wanted to test that theory, though.
I've got a pool, you've got a guitar.
It was already tested in Simpsonville.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, what's a little water between friends?
Makes the neck interesting, though.
They sound better that way.
But that's what I've heard.
Apparently, the band had been wanting to tell us at the event, like, while everybody was still there, like, we're not going to be able to play, sorry. And the venue would not let them.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
When the band themselves says, we wanted to tell you, but we got trapped in legalese.
Yep. Yeah, it was no good. Bad event, bad venue.
Venue horrible.
Never again.
God.
Not there. No way. Mm-hmm.
I would 100% obviously try to see the band again.
Yeah.
But that venue, never.
Never.
It's really set up for more like a state fair stage type of a thing.
I see.
Middle of the day, small show, something like that.
And you weren't there, like, from the beginning of the day. The fans were the ones that were organizing the lines. Like, they were the ones who said, hey, this front parking is going to be ADA, so you're going to have to go back 3 more parking lots. And fans were the ones that told me that. They said, I'll keep your place, go move your car. Okay. There were 2 levels of VIP.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the venue themselves were like, oh, we're supposed to have 2 separate lines. And then the fans were like, hey, this version here, that version over there, go.
What's the difference between the 2?
It was in stuff that you got. Like, you got I think for ours it was early entry. We were supposed to be able to see the old props and stuff. We didn't get to see that because it got rained out.
Yeah.
it flooded. Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other one got like extra merch, essentially.
Yeah.
Same stuff, but more merch.
Right.
Yeah, I think the first level was extra merch, and then the second level was you got the merch, but you also got the experiences.
I see.
Um,
Tickets are not cheap anymore.
No.
No, that's such a scam right there. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They used to be like I've given you tickets.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
$15,
Yeah.
$20. I don't even remember. Like, yeah.
Yeah, 15 to 25 was pretty typical, maybe 30, 35, 40 if it was like some really big event.
All right.
Okay, did I just have an issue or did that just completely lose focus?
Yeah, it lost focus, yeah. Well,
There we go. All right. But yeah, now you're looking at, I mean, just about any show, GA even, you're going to be paying close to $100 a ticket.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's if you don't have to buy them through like a third party. Or...
Yep.
Yeah. I guess I was in high school, just out of high school, somewhere around then, worked for a guy that did the ticket thing. So he would get a bunch of high schoolers together and give them all cash to go buy the best tickets they could find. And then he had tickets for the shows, but obviously he resold them for like a huge premium. Now it's basically, I don't know. I think the whole, most of the StubHub stuff is basically all filled with just those types of people. You know what I mean? Even though they're supposed to be putting in place limits and stuff like that, but it doesn't apply when you just, you get a group of 10 people and each one goes and buys, 4, 8 tickets.
Yeah. Man, I remember back in the day, like you get with a group of your friends and you camp out all night at and where we would get them, it was like some kind of music store. Maybe they fixed like speakers and turntables and things, and they also had like a ticket booth thing in the back, and
yep,
cash only. I don't really think you could use a credit card back then, but
yeah, we would go to Tower Records.
Yeah,
that's where we would go.
I mean, once in a while they would do like they handed out numbers, like a lottery kind of thing at the like they didn't just take whoever was waiting at the door first, but they did that a few times.
Yeah. Yep, for us it was Tower Records, or they would have Ticketmaster box offices usually at the venues, and some people would go up to the venue and do that or whatever, but yeah, pretty much record stores. Sometimes Licorice Pizza, another record store for us. So,
those days seem to be long gone, I guess.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a bummer too, because the pricing, you know what I mean? It's just so out of control, I mean, I guess if you're paying for a VIP experience, or, if it's a full seating arena and you're paying for like really good seats, I can see that. But, anymore, if you really want a ticket somewhere, if you don't have early access, you're almost relegated to going through like a StubHub or something else.
I mean, you and I, we were talking about like with Tesla, right?
Oh yeah,
and then like even for like, and they're not. I mean, in my opinion, like top of the line deal, and it was like, forget it, man. It's like what, $200-300, something like that.
Yep.
For it just doesn't seem worth it.
$250-300 for a band that, I mean, it'd be cool to see them, but let's face it, there has been.
I mean, if it was under $100, I'd say, let's do it, but not for.
Yeah, same. And then add on top of that, it was like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from you. So 9-10 hours from us. Just quick, drop down there real quick, pop down.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Go to the concert, drive home.
I mean, not saying they're not all talented musicians, but like,
yeah,
for only knowing a couple songs, not really worth it to me.
Yeah, I know quite a few of their songs, but and I would love to see them for nostalgia and everything else, but not at top tier premium rates.
Who was that?
Tesla.
Oh, okay. Here I was thinking you were talking about the car. I was like, that's a swerving.
And their
They
and their number one song is a cover, isn't it?
Tesla?
Yeah,
No,
Signs.
I
That's a
don't.
cover.
I don't know that that's their number one song though. Is it?
I think so. Probably
All
the
right.
best known one. I think.
Yeah, maybe.
To me,
It's a good one.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
It's a good-
No, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think the best
The
way.
singer is very talented.
Oh yeah, they all are. They're really a talented band. Come on, you wacky. Just stop. Focus. Focus on Ghost.
No,
Look at Ghost.
no,
Look at Ghost.
no.
Look at Ghost.
It's because we're losing the light of the day. You need your auxiliary lighting.
Yeah.
But I thought the way that we went to go see Green Day turned out really well because we just
I think that was great.
general admission festival. So if you got there early, then you got the spots up front.
Yeah.
We had the good tickets, so you could like get peace and
Right.
in the nice air conditioned,
Right.
and not like the peasants who had to go like
The peasants in the shithole.
I mean, they had to drink out of the trough, and they say free water, but for them, they literally have to drink
Right.
out of a trough.
We got liquid.
Oh man.
And then for us, you can drink with death water, and you could buy drinks, of course, if you wanted something else. But I definitely took advantage of that. Yeah, it was hot. It was hot that day.
Well, it's way worth it to pay the extra for those VIP things.
Yeah.
In my opinion, even like when we went and saw Willie Nelson and stuff. Well, he didn't show up, but Bob Dylan was there.
Did you like Bob?
You know what? It was so hot.
Yeah.
And it's an outdoor venue. And the way it was set up, like it was an outdoor venue where we was covered, but it was in kind of the bottom of a bowl. And so it was like I can't even, it was just hot. Like don't want to exist outside anymore hot. And I tried. We both did. And it was just like, we couldn't find anywhere to like really be in shade, and the air was still, and it was just like, I'm not going to make it through this. It's just too hot. I'm too old to suffer through discomfort for something like that. You
just watch it on YouTube in the comfort of your home.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or just
pretty much.
Put on rent a party bus and just play whatever you want.
There you go. Play YouTube videos. Oh, that's always fun. That was actually pretty cool last night.
That was pretty good.
If we had a little screen up there, it would have been even better.
Your arm was getting tired holding.
Yeah. Sitting in the Sprinter van with my phone up like this, hooked up to the Bluetooth speakers.
Mercedes Sprinter van, not just a regular Dodge.
Well, I didn't, it was nice.
It was very nice.
With one exception. I don't know who designed that row to get back behind the seating.
Oh, that was...
Oh, God, yeah.
But what the hell? I had to squish myself through that.
Well,
hey, you watch their duster.
Just saying.
I mean, honestly, it was pretty tight. Even if I was, not carrying extra weight.
Nas had no problem at all.
That's not true. He had to squeeze through too. That's where it's like, wow. Yeah, you're the only one that walked right through.
No, had no problem.
Well, that's true. Okay. Yeah, she's just a little tiny.
No, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, I every alpaca has been amazing, and this is no exception for me, at least. I can't wait to get that painting framed and put up.
That we really didn't explain that though. Then how that worked.
Why don't you do that?
We rented an art room at a painting tutorial place. I guess they got
art studio.
Well,
art studio. That's what it is.
One of those things where you can go and paint ceramics, or say, hey, I want to paint something with some friends.
Exactly. So there was 9 of us, and we had a large painting that was done up in sections. So we made a big mural that all kind of came together into one gigantic painting, and it was the biggest that woman's ever done, like, right?
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She said she's done them with like 2, 3, or 4,
Right.
but never with 9 of them.
9.
And so each of us had a 20 by 27 canvas.
What is the overall measurements of that thing put together?
Well, that would be 60 by 81.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
So we each painted one separate section, and like, even though we each did our own thing, it came together really well.
It does. It looks really cool with every section being different, but all still blending together.
But like you were saying, it is a little stressful because, you want to do a good job, and
It's the time. You couldn't see the time.
I thought I was doing great because it was a picture of a barn with horses is what the overall picture was. And I had a piece of the barn with the roof, and I thought I was doing a really good job painting the roof. And then I'm like, that's supposed to be the barn. So I had to turn a large portion of the roof into the barn, and it actually turned out okay because it added like shadowing and a little bit of texture to it. You'll never know.
Nice.
But now when you're looking up at it on the wall and you're like, if you ever notice that the barn is a different color, like on that one section, that's because it used to be the roof.
Well, we could have just done our barn, and then it would just all been white.
Well, it has green on it too.
That's true.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Did you see the weather vane?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that turned out pretty good, right?
It did.
My wife did that.
That was awesome.
Thought she did a good job.
I thought it was a perfect touch. I was kind of wondering because there wasn't one there for a while when I kept looking, and then at the end there was, and I was like, awesome. Did she do that last, or?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. It was pretty fun, pretty cool, and I cannot wait to see it up in the house. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, that is going to be pretty awesome.
It will, and it's a little piece of each of the, what we call them, the permanent members in the United Alpaca Council.
United Alpaca Council.
Yeah. What are the UPC?
UAC?
Oh yeah, UAC. Oh,
What?
You walk. The Grand Alpaca United Council. We are guac. Guac.
I could get behind that.
Nice.
Oh man. Yeah.
The shirts for next year.
Wonder what we're gonna do.
They'll be green
Yeah.
with, guac.
Guac.
I like green. Green's good.
You like military green.
I'm wearing your shirt color, I think, right now. I usually just do black or gray, but my wife's gotten into this kick of getting me shirts with color on them, which is cool. I like shirts with color on them mostly.
As long as the color is black.
Darker.
Terry Ford.
I can kind of deal with the darker in general. No reds, no oranges, none of that stuff.
Tie-dye.
Yeah. Although my Stitch shirt is pretty cool. I kind of want to turn the light on, but I think if I do, it's just going to whack everything out.
Probably.
Midway through the podcast.
Probably.
Yeah.
Are we midway?
Almost. Figure 3 hours, right?
I don't know if my back can take it.
Yeah, we can wrap up. Soon. I think it's been fun. It'll be fun to edit it up and see what we come up with.
Yeah. So, this is the first time we've actually done something together in person.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It actually is. It really
We've had
is.
6 years of that.
But we've never, recorded it for posterity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Entertainment.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll do a alpaca interview one.
Ah.
Might not be a bad gig.
Yes.
A little 15 minutes with each member of Alpaca. Come in, sit in the hot seat.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
I think
And then we could literally have fireside chats.
Well, maybe. Yeah,
It'd be weird taking all this out there.
it would.
Laptop. Just need a laptop.
Yeah, we have a laptop, no problem. But the mixer and the cloud lifter and the boom arms and then the blah 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 blah.
He's after the noise reduction.
Well, no, I mean you need that big thing for these things,
Oh, yeah.
and these things have to sit on these things. Well, I guess they
You
don't.
just get some of these. You can hold them in your hand.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all started setting this up, and I was like, wow, this is in depth.
No.
And I don't know what this stuff does, really.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
Yeah, now you're lying.
How am I like?
Not you, him.
Okay.
Alex is the one that helped me get all this stuff, and then I used the well, I'll just say his name, Carmen at Sweetwater. They don't sponsor us. We're not even worthy of being sponsored, to be honest with you. But Carmen at Sweetwater.com. Carmen is a great guy and helped me get the right gear, made great suggestions, and saved me some money too, which was really nice. Called up and followed up to make sure everything's working, if I had any questions or, whatever it is. So very, very awesome customer service, great full service audio place for any kind of studio recording, type equipment.
I feel pretty good that I made pretty decent choices because he didn't even deviate too much from what, I suggested to you.
No,
He didn't try to upsell you on anything. I mean, I did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, you did.
I put all the stuff on your list that I probably would have had on my list.
Yeah, no, he did a good job, and he even said this is a great great kit to start with for sure. He said you got a lot of flexibility, so you'll be able to expand and use this for a very long time.
I mean, I did send you a link to that Newman mic.
Yeah,
He doesn't seem interested.
No, I don't need to spend that much money, not at all.
No, I think yours sounds very good.
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of this RE20.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds better than I thought it would.
really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
It's nice when expectations are exceeded.
yeah. I like it. And now that I got the little shock mount on there,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I touch my table like this, and you're just boing.
Right.
So
Like that?
Yeah, like that. That's because of this. This is not as good.
yeah,
This arm here. It's
I'm offended.
very-
well, it's what we got.
that's what we got.
That's what
We're working with what we have.
It seems to be doing just fine.
No, you sound pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
You
all
sound
right.
great too.
I say we wrap it up here before the screen just almost goes black on us
Nice.
very soon here.
Yeah. Sun.
We're actually a proper skin tone right now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Join us next time where we'll talk about equally nonsensical things and try and entertain you for, I don't know, some period of time.
We can try.
# plans.
Right? Peace out.
Later.